Green!
I'm only seeing white now, actually. Oh, there it is.
I see some red as well, which brings us to our tangent. We were just talking about Pokemon Red and Green sprites. Wonderful, wonderful red and green sprites.
I've just been thinking about it a lot because I've been playing through Gen 1 again on the 3DS. As something as kind of a break between Fire Emblems.
Yeah. For any of you youngsters there who might not know this, Gen 1 of Pokemon was originally released as Red and Green in Japan, but those aren't the versions we got. The versions we got were actually based loosely on the third version that was released in Japan, which was Blue version. Japanese Blue version featured some bug fixes, updated sprites. I think some
quote-unquote fixes.
Bug fixes in quotes.
Okay, so you might be thinking, what are you talking about? The sprites are worse? They're pretty damn bad in our version. Yeah, they are pretty damn bad in our version. Trust me, they still get worse.
Could you imagine a time where they were worse?
Yeah, it's... oh, man. So, I love Pokemon, but the thing about... it's kind of weird thinking... Like, I'm playing through it again. It's kind of weird to think that the foundation is still solid, but you still wonder how the hell people put up with some of this shit. Like, the game, like, barely working in some instances.
The 90s was a different time.
Don't save the game in the Safari Zone, kids. Oh, brief sidetrack to what's going on screen. I remember this Green Star being bullshit. Oh, you want to know something that's hilarious? The Miiverse comments for the red, blue, and yellow Miiverse.
Oh.
So many dumb kids.
Yeah, it's like, one of my favorite ones was, where do you get the running shoes? And I'm like, oh.
If only you knew.
You poor child.
Back in my day, it took us 15 minutes to get from Route 1 to Viridian, then I'm wondering, how the fuck are you playing the game?
He's trying to catch Max IV Rattata.
Oh,
okay. I don't know why you
Man.
do. Oh, that's something that I'm wondering. When eventually Gen 1, you're allowed to transfer your Gen 1 Pokemon up to Gen 7, will some Pokemon be shiny? Is something that I'm wondering, because...
Probably not.
Well, that's dependent on IVs, isn't it?
Not anymore.
No, that was
Oh,
Gen
not
2.
anymore.
That
was Gen 2.
They had to have a specific IV arrangement. For Gen... it's something to do with, I think, the trainer name.
It's just an no, for all shinies now, it's just part of an identification number.
Yeah, it's whether or not that matches. So, like, your ID number matches the ID number of the... like, each Pokemon has an ID number. So, if that ID number matches the ID number if the Pokemon's ID number matches your ID number, I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Although I could be wrong. I think they might have changed how it works.
What, for current shinies?
Yeah, so I know that.
No, it's just it's a digit within the Pokemon's ID number has to match a value.
Okay. All right. Because I remember in Gen 2 when you transferred Gen 1 Pokemon up, you could get shinies because at that point they were based on IVs. So that was just random chance. But nowadays I'm not sure. It would be really nice though if and I hope that this ends up being a thing in Gen 2 when they get Gen 2 over to the 3DS Virtual Console. I really hope that if a Pokemon's shiny, they don't unshinyify it when you transfer it over, because that would suck. That would suck hard. I mean, I don't think they would do that, but because I think shininess is a separate indicator after you catch the Pokemon. But I don't know.
Kids today will never understand the struggle unless they use all the PP on their moves. Them don't know the struggle.
Hey kids, did you know you can find a Mew under the truck? Did we?
Not to mention, don't forget about that Peekaboo in the Seafoam Islands. Just remember, you have to be playing it on a Tuesday, and you have to have caught all 151 Pokemon beforehand. Don't forget.
That was my favorite moment of Tazbot in the previous GDQ, where they reprogrammed the game to make the Mew rumor a complete fact.
Like what? You could use strength on the truck?
Use the strength in the truck. There was a Pokeball underneath it, and there's a Mew inside.
That's pretty good. Man, it didn't even occur to me back then to ask how would the Game Boy to ask how would the Game Boy know it was a Tuesday? Because this was
It
before
just
they
does.
had
Because
the
you're
clock.
an idiot.
It's like
And because
this,
you're young.
the system didn't have an internal clock.
Did you know that you can turn Dragonite into a Yoshi?
That one was actually like I think an April Fool's Day joke on Nintendo Power.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was.
Yeah. Oh man.
But we all believed it
Yeah.
anyway.
I think it showed up in other gaming magazines as well.
Yeah. Man, but Nintendo, like, one of my favorite things is that back then Nintendo just straight up lied about stuff like Missing No to get people to stop doing the glitch. It can't corrupt your save file. It just messes with the Hall of Fame. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can fix it.
You can't. Wait, you can fix the Hall of Fame?
Yeah.
How do you do that?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but there is a method to fix it.
Oh, I could
I
have
think
sworn that it was permanent.
Either way, I mean, still.
Who cares?
Yeah, it's like, you don't do it. Why not? Just don't. Well, that's
Why
a very
not?
compelling reasoning.
Well,
I'm gonna keep
it is
doing
a well, it is. It does massively fuck with the game, and Nintendo doesn't want to have a reputation for their games being buggy. So I can understand them why they would want to discourage.
Well, maybe you should have bug tested your games then.
Oh, that's the obvious answer.
Pokemon is. If you want to talk about buggy games, Pokemon is. Oh, jeez.
There will never be a Pokemon game as broken as Gen 1 is.
I know that Gen 2 has some glitches, but honestly, it's just a straight up functional game. Whereas Gen 1, if you breathe on
Barely holds together.
if you breathe on it too hard, it'll make a new town out
One of my
glitches.
favorite fun facts of the problems with Gen 1 list, it's not even so much a glitch, it's more like Blizzard has 90 accuracy, and that's just fucking wrong.
Where you get Blizzard what in the Celadon Casino?
You get that at TM.
Oh man, I forgot about. I need. You know what? One thing that I'm spoiled with nowadays. Since Gen 3, they told you what the TMs actually do before you get them. So it's not like you're wasting your goddamn coins on a TM that ends up being useless. Like.
No, that's why you save scum.
Yeah.
You know, it would have just been easier if they left restore
I agree.
points in. I don't know
But
why
you
they
got-
had to
you
take
gotta
those
find the
out.
workaround. Well, I think because of the trading and all that.
I don't think it would have had any. I think if they could have just disabled it while you were trading. You know, they do that for they do that for stuff like what's it called? When you're online,
Ryan,
you can't go to the home.
What are
menu.
you doing? Oh, you had to wait. Okay, I get it. Why didn't you just take a couple more steps and pick up the goddamn life?
I don't need it.
Your nose was touching it when you stopped.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Oh, man.
Have you ever considered that walnut mushrooms taste bad?
You don't eat.
I mean, I have 29 lives. I really don't need a 30th.
You know, you don't really eat them so much as you absorb them into your body, Waddle Dee style.
Osmosis.
And you don't have any idea how weird that feels.
Like I'm getting violated each and every single time.
Yeah, well, you know, having a second chance at life is something that most people wouldn't turn a blind and die at.
Second, I have
Hey.
29.
Hey, if I knew beyond a shadow of a doubt that I would get to live a second time for doing so, I would drink tar. So, yeah.
Why?
Yeah, Lewis, if you drink tar, you will live twice. Definitely. That's definitely what would happen if you drank tar.
Remember, you only live twice.
Yeah. If you drink tar. That's the hidden subtitle to it. That's a Bond movie, right?
Isn't You Only
Yeah.
Live Twice considered one of the worst Bond movies?
Well, was it 70s or was it the 70s?
I don't remember. Like, the only Bond movie I've seen is Skyfall, so...
Man, you know, everyone talks about the Bond movies. I never hear anyone mention the books.
Well, nobody
Ever.
cares about the books.
No, you do if you're like 40 or 50 years old, I guess.
No, 40 and 50 years old is when you were watching Bond movies in the theaters. You gotta be like 70 in order to read Bond books. I don't think they were ever really super popular, is the big thing.
No.
I think that
They weren't.
the movies made the character popular. So that's why
Yeah.
nobody really cares about the books.
Man, I remember when people talked about Tom Clancy for his books.
Tom
Tom
Clancy?
Tom Clancy.
Tom Clancy wrote books?
And then
Quote
he just
unquote
became-
wrote books.
and then he just became a name attached to a bunch of semi-mediocre shooter video games.
Tom Clancy passed away, right?
Yes.
Okay, so so why do they keep on putting his name on random shit?
The thing
That's easy
is,
to recognize his name.
yeah, the thing is that for particularly famous dead people, there's usually
An estate.
there's usually a legal entity that owns the rights to everything that they did. Like for Bruce Lee, I think there's a company with Bruce Lee's name in it that handles the rights for everything Bruce Lee.
Yeah, but
for
like,
example.
what does
And
Tom
like Christopher Tolkien owns the rights for J.R.R. Tolkien stuff.
Yeah, but is stuff like The Division based on a Tom Clancy book? Or is it just a random game that Ubisoft made and they wanted to sell, so they put Tom Clancy's name on it? Because
No, it's based off a Tom Clancy book.
Oh.
At least the title is anyway.
okay, well,
This is my favorite Green Star. If you're going for it right now,
what? Just dive straight down?
just dive bomb. There you go.
If only they were all that easy.
No,
Perfect.
that one annoyed me because I didn't see it at the very beginning of the level, so I couldn't. That one took me forever to find, and the other one's just an asshole. Really.
Oh man.
Fluzzard can go die in a fire.
Yes, please.
How could-
They're better crispy.
How convenient there was some we just passed.
Inconvenient that we didn't stop.
Well, I mean, he kind of doesn't want to die.
Well, good for him.
He can be replaced.
With...
Wait a minute. I can be replaced too.
Oh, hi, Luigi!
Suddenly, Fluzzer's becoming more and more my spirit animal each passing hour.
The music's
Always feel
okay.
like you got the weight on your shoulder, someone grabbing your legs, holding you down. Yeah, I know how that feels too.
They have a mini game where Luigi is being flown like a bird.
It was a metaphor. Metaphor. Don't get any funny ideas, Mario.
Eventually
You're heavier
Nick
than I
wasted
am.
to take it seriously.
Now I'm just picturing Luigi in a wing cap and Mario hanging onto his legs like Sonic the Hedgehog.
It's getting to us, folks. It's getting to
We
us.
just we just sort of gave up right before the part ended. I didn't even notice it was the end of the video. I thought we had a whole nother stage to go.